fixtures there, picking up 8 points from the loss of 15. How do you assess the return overall?
On performance is probably about fair, but I think going into the month you probably do expect a little bit more, but we're also very appreciated that every point in this league is very difficult to come by, so listen, by 8 points is fine, and we just try to hopefully improve in that total going into October.
The month started strongly there with the 3-0 home win against Queens. How important was that result in setting the standard for the weeks ahead?
That was an excellent result and performance, to be honest. That's probably as dominant and as strong as we've been throughout the season so far. Three good goals. I think the first one was Stevie's, a great delivery, and Queen's defender ended up putting in his net. But it was a big breeze that day, if I remember right. Then we were 1-0 up at half time and started the second half on there, really big breeze. But Foley scored probably the best goal of the season so far. It was a lovely team move from a throw, and I think it was Alfie involved, Meeks and Toshi maybe skipped past a couple and give it to Meeks actually, who Foley made a great run. It was a brilliant goal, and then we can't even remember who scored the third. I think it was Leon came off the bench and scored a good third, so it was a really, really good, comfortable one. It was, hopefully, we'll win more of them to come in the coming weeks.
It was then followed up with a 0-0 draw against Newton, and then a midweek game, 3-0 win against Mandela. 3 games started unbeaten without conceding a single goal. How pleased were you with the defensive performances during that run?
Defence have been really, really good all season, bar a wee 10 minutes against Welders, which I'm sure you'll touch on. But defensively, we've a lot of injuries. Rodney's missed a lot, Kieran Farron's missed a lot, and still out Adams missed a bit. So our defensive record, with the fact that we've had to change our back four, and I think Roy's stepped in at left back in a couple of games, so defence has been really, really good. The Newington game, we missed a lot of chances. It was a decent performance. First half, maybe 2 or 3 real gilt edge chances, which probably would have changed the game. And the second half, I thought we were really, really comfortable. And they have a massive threat, obviously, with the Donnelly brothers, but really comfortable in that second half. But just unfortunately, we just couldn't get the ball over the line. So, and then the Dundee one was again, it was another strong home performance. Especially the first maybe 30 minutes, we got that early goal, which was obviously massive. And it's massive in every game in this season. Whenever you score that first goal, it sets up really well, and we've a really good record over the 2 years in the championship when we scored that first goal. So it just, you see everybody get a visual lift, and we ended up getting a second and third in that second half, but it was a really strong performance as well.
The fourth match then brought a tough test as Welders came to the showgrounds, ended in a 3-0 defeat. What was your message to the players after that result?
I didn't have to really say a lot after. I think everybody's disappointed, but even at half time it was 0-0. There was we watched the game back and there was nothing in that game. We hadn't conceded a goal at home all season, and then to concede 3 goals in 10 minutes is it's criminal at any level, but especially at this level. But it was more the manner of the goals, the most disappointing thing. It was like an own goal, which is really uncharacteristic of Tiernan, and then second one, I think 5 minutes later, was from a set play as well, and then the third one, just a wee bit of mix up in the defence. But the first half, it was there was nothing in the game even until the goals, but I'm just really disappointed with the performance, because we set a real high standard in how we want to play, especially at home, and I just didn't think we were brave enough or show the personality that we had been shown in previous games. And full credit to Welders, they came and done a job on us and took their chances when they came, and fully deserved their one.
The month rounded off with a hard fought away draw at Armagh. What was the overall reflection of that game and the way the team responded to being 1-0 down?
Hard fought's a really good way to put that, because that's 3 games. We've been away to Armagh 3 times over the last 2 years, and I think they last year twice they nicked the 95th minute equaliser on us, and it was nice to maybe get something late in the game. Whether we deserved it or not, I'm not 100% sure. Performance level, a lot of the ball, but just lacked that wee bit of cutting edge in the final third, and that's from everybody in the top end of the pitch really, and it's probably been a wee bit of theme of the season so far. Missed chances and a lot of possession of the ball, but just not lacking that wee cutting edge. But listen, there's a lot of new players, especially around that top end of the pitch, and I'm sure over the next coming weeks we'll start to see the best of everybody.
October brings in more busier fixtures. What kind of challenges are you expecting to face, and how is the team preparing for them?
Well, Saturday, Tuesday is as tough as it gets, and you throw away to Newington, who are obviously flying and a really good side as we've seen earlier in the season, and then obviously that home game in Korean. But the priorities obviously are 3 league games, and it's the teams that are all probably in around us. You've got Loughgall at home, who are just down from the Premiership, away to Ards, which we don't have to talk about the record we had against them last season, and then obviously Anna are flying at the top of the league. So we'd rather be playing matches and training, but the squads, like there's a lot of boys not carrying knocks, but maybe out long term, and maybe these games might be too much. But we'll shuffle it back as much as we can. But we'll be going into all 5 games, aim to try and win every one of them, and like the League Cup, you'd love a big draw, and then obviously the Northwest Senior Cup, we won that 2 years ago, although it'll be very difficult against Corey, and we'd love to get their final in, because I think that's at the turn of the year and gives you something to look forward to. So we'd look to embrace the challenges, and I've told the players last week, embrace the challenges, come ahead and make sure we try and enjoy the ride. So we'll prepare well for Lockgall, which we have done already. I'm looking forward to this Saturday, and especially at home after the last, the Welders defeat, we'll be hoping to bounce back here.
Paul, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.